Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back with another one today, and today I'm actually going to be kind of going over 5 little tips and tricks that I've noticed playing Rocket League over the past year. Currently, I have right around 1150 hours into the game. I've sat around C3, GC1 for a main part of the last 2 seasons. Right now I'm at Champ 2 actually. I'm working on getting back up there, but I've also kind of not been playing ranked as much. Lately I've been playing a lot more casual, trying to get a sense on the game and get my game sense up. But as I was saying, I kind of want to go over 5 little tips and tricks that will help you rank up in the game, or at least I think will help you rank up in the game from what I've noticed. So with that being said, let's get right into guys. So tip number 1, from what I've noticed over the last, at least the last 2 seasons, and the biggest thing that I would say would be definitely defense over offense. Being able to defensively control the game with how everyone is progressing offensively. There's a lot of people that are learning a lot of new things, a lot of new mechanics, starting to go into freestyling or trying to get into the comp and do all that. But everyone is just getting more and more cracked by the second. So I think that honestly, Rocket League is becoming less of a game of who can score more and more so of a game of who gets scored on less. I've told this to a couple of my friends, and they've been climbing a lot more since they've been practicing defense. So I think it's been helping and working. And then I've been practicing a whole lot of defense lately. But like I said, it's one of those things where in a game like this that's always evolving and people are always finding new mechanics, or, well, there haven't been any new mechanics lately, but like people are always learning new mechanics and coming up with new ways to get the ball in the net and getting really good at it. Being able to defend those shots is probably the best thing, because a lot of the stuff that people are scoring right now is like the basic stuff, but they're doing it in the air and people get scared or don't know how to react because they don't know how to shadow defense. They've spent all their time in training and free play and offense, like what I'm doing right now. Like everyone's been sitting here doing all this kind of stuff, when realistically you can kind of just post up in net, back posts, and especially with the new psionics added clearing thing, or if you press a button on the controller, it's going to shoot on net. Being able to post up in here and kind of just pressing that button and being able to read where the ball is going to go and trying to save it. Like if I need to actually get back posts, but I have it bound to my left analog stick, pressing it in. So I do that. And then another good one is getting up here and doing the passing one, actually, because it puts a really good backboard hit on. If you get up on the backboard and you press the passing one, you can get a lot of good clears this way. So kind of just doing this and practicing shadow defense and just defense in general, because like if you keep pressing it, it's going to keep putting these shots on net and you don't know where they're going to go. So it's good. It keeps you on your toes. Thing with the training pack is after doing the same training pack 4 times, you know, like, oh, second shot is going to be top left placement. So I can kind of just pre-jump that. You should be able to guess where the ball is going to go kind of based on someone's car language, but in training packs, it's not that great that it goes to the same place every time. So being able to have something in the game like this, where if I press this, I don't know where it's going to go. If I press this, it can go in front of me, it could go behind me, like you don't know. So being able to have that in the game, and then being able to go up here, like, oh, get this clear, and then like being able to follow it is definitely a huge thing. Like I said, just practice defense more than offense, because 100% this game is always evolving. People are getting better and better by the second, and it's already becoming that thing where there's like diamonds and plats who can do like some pretty crazy shots, and champs are starting to do shots that only like grand champs and SSLs could do, and grand champs are just getting faster and faster, and SSLs, like, I mean, they're already at the peak of the game. They're just insane. So being able to put yourself in a better position to get to that position is the best thing you can do in the game. All right, tip number 2 kind of goes with the defense, also kind of goes with offense a little bit, but recoveries. This is a huge one, because let's say you go for a ball up here. You see this way too often, that people are going up for these balls. They're like, oh, I ran out of boost. And they'll kind of just go down and watch the play happen. And then they bounce off their hood, or they can't like recover and do all that. So just, it kind of goes past a little bit of like, oh, I went up for this ball. Oh, now it's past me. Let me just watch and let my car just fall. And oh crap, I'm on the wall, you know? Yeah, it's not that. It's more of like, oh, went up for this. Oh crap, it went past me. Let me rotate back into the play, get back as fast as possible, get back post. Oh look, they're shooting the ball. Let me be able to clear this off to the side, or do whatever you need to do. So recoveries, when it comes to going up for the ball, when it comes to dribbling, when you get bumped, using power slide to your advantage. I can't tell you how often this is helpful. Let's say I go for this, it kind of goes past me a little bit. Like if you saw a boost, look, you can go right back up and you can just follow it up. You don't always have to just concede, like right here, be like, oh crap, I can go back up again. If they're not pressuring you, like, you still have possession of this ball. This ball is yours. So why just give up on it and be like, oh, I need to go get boost, I need to go do this? Like, no. You can do more than just touch the ball once. All right. Now, tip 3. Tip 3 would be probably controlling the speed of the game. Way too often do I see myself getting caught out playing at the speed of the game. It's funny to me because I have a couple Grand Champ friends, I have a couple SSL friends, and when I play with them for about 4 to 5 games, I can not necessarily be as consistent in that as them or do anything like that, but speed wise I can start catching up. I adapt pretty fast. I think that's kind of one of the reasons I've gone up and even down, is I adapt too well to the playstyle I'm playing at, rather than just going the speed I know I can do. If I can go the speed of a GC2 and like play in high GC1, GC2 lobbies, like there's no reason I can't go that speed all the time. That's something that I'm working on all the time. I'm still working on it to this day, rather than like, oh, I'm in a champ 2 lobby or I'm in a champ 3 lobby. Like, let me play at that speed, and like, oh, I see them going a little bit slower. I could go faster, but I'm going to play at this speed. No, take control of the game. If you put your opponent in an uncomfortable spot, that is making them adapt. And if they don't adapt, you win the game. That's what it comes down to. Like, straight up, if you can go faster, then why not do it? If you know you're going to beat everyone, why not? Why not do it? That is a huge one. And same thing for actually slowing down the game. If people are going a little bit too fast for you, why would you not try to do everything you can to slow down the speed a little bit, kind of catch them off guard? They're going to be expecting you to hit the ball and do all this stuff and like just like go fast, fast, fast. Like sometimes it's good to take a second and be like, hey, I have possession of this, let me take my time. And it's not going to always be a thing. Like there's a lot of the time that you have to go fast because you have to try to catch your opponent off guard, but realistically, if you can get a better setup on something because you take your time, and it doesn't even have to be an aerial play, I'm talking about bounce dribbles, I'm talking about hook shots, anything like that, like being able to take your time to come over here and be like, okay, I'm gonna take my time here, hook it in, and then bang, coming over here, like get a single touch, and then like bang. Just the little things. Being able to take your time when you need to, or go fast when you need to, rather than having to adapt to the play style of the game. Like just go the speed you're comfortable going, and if you're going slower than the speed of the game and you need to get used to that faster speed, you should always work at getting faster and more consistent. But if you're going, like if you're able to go faster and you're just going slower because you're like, oh well, everyone else is going slower, well, that's what's going to keep you at the rank that you're at. If you play like the rank above you, that's what's going to help you grow. And I've kind of realized that I've been playing a lot of ones lately, and like I said, I kind of took a break from ranked, but in casual ones, which is what I've been playing the most lately, I went from like 1550 mmr, 1600 mmr, all the way up to 18, like 80, 1900 mmr within the span of a week, which, I mean, it's a decent jump. And I mean, it's still casual, but at 1900 mmr late at night when there's not a lot of people on, I'm queuing against a lot of high GC people and even some supersonic legends. I played a supersonic legend the other night, and he was a really nice guy. His name's Nova. I'm still trying to figure out his socials and all that, if he has any, but he explained a lot to me. He helped me out, taught me like what I'm doing wrong, and like when I need to be challenging the ball, when I don't. He helped me out a bunch, and was like, you're going fast, like you're doing what you need to do, and this, that, this, but you know, you're challenging here when you don't need to, or like you need to be challenging here and you're like going back. So that was one thing that has kind of helped me out a lot, as well as like finding higher level players to kind of coach. But I mean, not everyone has that. So yeah, but going back to the speed of the game, like I said, just play at the speed that you know you can go, rather than trying to adapt and play slower because everyone else is. And if you have to play slower because that's all you're able to do, like just take your time and make sure you're more consistent then. And once you get that down, you have to start going faster, and then you learn speed with consistency, and it's going to feel like you lose your consistency when you go up with the speed, but then you're going to get it back. Like it's just, you're going to go up and down a rank, and that's just what it comes down to. Not everyone is like high level SSL or high level GC. Like everyone goes through their ups and downs. Everybody, whether you're a GC or a diamond or whatever, everyone has their ups and downs. So might as well play to get better rather than trying to play for the rank. Tip number 4 is dribble training. Dribbling is probably the most underrated thing in this game. Being able to do this, carry the ball on top of your car, power slide around a little bit, being able to keep it on top of your car when you need to. People do not do it nearly as much as they need to. Everyone seemed to be very uncomfortable with dribbling, and it kind of baffles me, because those same people who are very uncomfortable with dribbling and keeping on top of their car are doing double flip reset musties and like all this other crack stuff, and you can see where their time is going. If you're able to catch the ball in your car and dribble it to the other side of the map, and your opponent's in front of you, like you can double jump, carry it in. Like you see them challenging a little bit sooner, like just flick it over them. There's so much you can do with dribbling, and it's so much more than just like carrying the ball on top of your car or anything like that. Like being able to flick because you're dribbling the ball in the correct position. Right here, just flick it. Right here, you can just like get it around, flick it, and you can hit your teammates with a lot of passes this way. You can do a lot of different stuff. Like the amount of power you can get from a lot of this dribbling and flicks. And then, like I said, you mix in like dribble, the air dribble, and then you start doing that on people, and then it's just, you're just mixing up and like keeping that arsenal up. But like 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get this like crazy aerial cracked play in ranked. That's just not how ranked works. People aren't going to give you the space to do that. So being able to do this, and they're like, hey, we're going to take the space away from you, and you're just like, oh, I can easily flick this over you. Boom. So like this, and they're like, oh, well, he has too much space. Judge that for space. Like 107 kph in your net. You know, it's OP. Being able to dribble. I would say do the dribble trainings, do the dribble overhaul in the workshop, and even if you're on console, like just sitting in here and being able to go around the field and like do what you want to do. Be like, okay, I'm gonna focus on like dribbling out the left side of the ball or the left side of the car, and then like switch it up and be like, okay, now I need to practice on the right side and like dribble on the right side. Be like, okay, now I need to practice dribbling in the front a little bit, so like dribble it towards the front, and same thing with the back, and like then without boost, and then just do all this different stuff. But 9 out of 10 of your plays, most of the time, actually let's say 8 out of 10 of the plays, are probably going to be dribbling before you get a chance to go up for an aerial play. Maybe you're just someone who's cracked and gets aerial plays all the time, and maybe you're just lucky with setups. But for a majority of us, we have to stick to the ground. So being able to dribble the ball is a very underrated mechanic that not too many people like to use. And then tip number 5, which is what everyone wants to seem to do, but I tell people to do a lot less than all this other fancy stuff, is just basic aerials. Like I'm talking about basic as in like double jump and like try to get a couple touches on it, or like, oh, this is going up the wall, let's just do an air dribble, like nothing fancy, you know, like this, try to get it in, or double touch or something like that. But like you don't have to, every time you go off the wall like this, you don't have to get a double flip reset, you don't have to get a flip reset messy, you don't have to get the crazy ass psycho, like you don't have to get a lot of this stuff. Like majority of what you're going to use in a ranked game and what people are going to let you do in a ranked game is just trying to air dribble and getting consistent with being able to put the ball where you want it to go, and double touches if no one's on the backboard. That's just what it comes down to. Like right here, if I saw there's like, oh, there's no one on the backboard, like, okay, boom, and try to get the double. Or be like, oh crap, going up the wall, oh no, like there's someone on the backboard, let's just try to take possession of this and carry it in. So it's just trying to judge based off of what you see, and just play around that, which is all comes down to the adapting to the game. Like you need to see more than just the ball and the car that you're using. You need to be able to see what's in front of you. You need to be able to see your opponents. You need to be able to see the goal. You need to be able to see all this different stuff. Like look at the boost around. Not a lot of people do more than just looking at their car and the ball. And it's something I did for a very long time. I was looking at my ball and my car. I was like, hey, why is this guy jumping? And like, why is this guy challenging me? I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him. Like, well, it's because, I mean, he's meant to do that. Like, it's his turn to defend you. So, of course, he's going to go. And even if it's not their turn to defend you, they're probably going to go. So, watch what people are doing as well while you're going up for the stuff like the dribbles and the basic aerials. Watch what people are doing. You will score 10 times more if you see them. Like, watch right here. You're not just looking at the ball in your car. You're looking at the backboard. You're looking at who's in net and who's going to net. Like, in that little downtime. And it's just quick glances, but like just looking down there, seeing what's up, and then boom. You can judge where you need to carry the ball. So those would be the 5 tips and tricks that I would give to you guys that I've noticed that have helped me out a lot with ranking up and helped me out a lot with learning in this game. So we'll kind of go over a quick recap of them one more time real quick. Tip number 1, defense over offense. Tip number 2 is recoveries. Tip number 3 is controlling the speed of the game yourself. Tip number 4 is dribbling, and tip number 5 is the basic aerials. So with that being said, I really do hope this helps you guys. If it does help you guys, leave a comment down below. It would be much appreciated. If there's anything else you guys would like to see, or if you like this video and you guys would like to see more, please like the video, and if you would, consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I just started doing YouTube not too long ago, so it would be much appreciated if you guys showed me the support. And like I said, I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night, and that you guys rank up and have the best luck out there. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and peace out.